I mentioned that I had a wonderful weekend, hung out with the bros at the Doyer game, LA Dodgers and Philadelphia Phillies. But the Dodgers did lose that game. They won the series, though, but they lost the game that we went to on Saturday. So while my bro Ant and my bro Cardell and our fantasy football guy, Zach, the four of us went to the game on Saturday. And my bro Ant had an idea that I was thinking, but I just did not say. Here's what happened. So my bro Cordell has a contact that gets really good seats to the Dodger game. I mean, really good ones. For those that know, the yellow seats. Not quite the blue ones. The blue ones are ridiculous. I'm talking about the lower level blue ones. Those are ridiculous, where you have people coming to your seat, serving you food. Those are the really, really good seats. But the yellow ones ain't too bad at all. So my brother gets access to these seats maybe once, twice a year. So he invited the bros to go. So we got really good ones, not far from home plate. We're sitting, we're enjoying the game. And in front of us comes this family. It's a baseball game. Of course, families should go to baseball games, obviously. With young kids, young boys, young girls. Although the argument is, and we talked about this a little bit while we were at the game, the argument is, all right, you're going to pay top dollar for these seats to bring your child to the game, and the child's not even paying attention. I learned early on in my sports fandom that if my dad took me to a game because my father had Lakers tickets, season tickets for quite some time during the Showtime Lakers, if he's taking me to the game, I'm paying attention. I am not going to sit here cutting up and risk my chance never to come to a Laker game again. These kids were, I don't know, 4-ish, 5-ish. Take it for what it's worth. But that's an expensive ticket for a 4 to 5-year-old just to be sitting there. But they probably have the money to have it, so whatever. Anyway, there was a whole family sat in front of us. There were two kids. I think one was older than the other. I think one maybe 4-ish, 5-ish, or maybe 6. The other one was maybe 3 or 4. The 3 or 4-year-old, that one was the one. That one was the problem. What more could you want, kid? You're sitting down low at the Dodger game. You got access to food and noise, and you can scream and yell and cheer on the team. What more could you want? This kid has a full-on tantrum at the baseball game. My bros are looking like, Because, you know, had it been one of us when we were kids, we would have gotten, let's just say, hands at that point. Sit down, shut up, watch the game. But this 3 or 4-year-old boy had a full-on meltdown at the Dodger game. So daddy picks him up and takes him away to have a conversation. I'll tell you what that conversation was in a minute, because I know how that conversation went. But it was at that moment I was thinking the thought, and after he got up, my bro Ant expressed the thought. Because as some of y'all know, Ant was with us in Cancun on vacation a few weeks ago at Excellence, the adults-only resort. Ant turned to me and said, quote, "Man, I wish they had adult-only sections at the ballpark." To which I said, yes, I was thinking the same thing. Watching this kid have a full-on meltdown, yelling, screaming, people getting up, trying to pass the kid around, and we couldn't see what was going on the field. And said, I wish we had adults-only sections at the ballpark. I said, yes, I would pay extra for that. It does take away some of the magic, though, and stadiums aren't going to do that. They really aren't. They can't afford that. I mean, hell, you got silly people paying $400, $500 for a 3-year-old to go to a baseball game, sit down low. Hell, buy a $30 ticket. Sit that kid up in the rafters. He's fine. He'll never know. But I'll tell you how that conversation went. I know exactly how the conversation went between the father and that child. The conversation went, okay, all right, Aiden. You're going to have to act right if you want to get a little something. How about we go walk over here, Aiden? Okay. Are you okay, Aiden? I think you're okay, Aiden. I know Aiden was okay because Aiden came back with a big old icy. Aiden had some act right because Aiden got an icy. And then I think to myself, oh, so now you're just going to put all kinds of sugar in this kid. So he acts up some more. But Aiden was different. Aiden, after Aiden had the meltdown and Aiden got his icy, he was fine. Because after Aiden had his blue raspberry icy about the 5th inning, Aiden was Aiden was out. We were like, yay. Aiden fell asleep. No more tantrums from Aiden because he was out. Aw. Nice, I swear. Yay, reward that bad behavior, Dad. Good job. Yep, get him an icy. Get that kid an icy. He'll be fine. Do you think that it would work to have adults only sections at ballparks, at arenas? You know, adults can act a fool too, but I don't know if that would work. I don't think they would ever make that happen because Aiden could still be a section over having a meltdown and you could still hear it. I don't know if that would ever happen. Lioness, that icy was laced with something. Maybe Daddy went away and put a little tussin in it to knock Aiden out. Dave, can the drunk frat boys also get their own section? See, you're being a little bit too discriminatory. And there I am. See, KB during Black Music Month. Bring back segregation.